U.S. Navy, under the Bush administration, was told to begin to revamp their entire Navy programs, everything. And under the Bush administration, President George Bush, issued an executive order allowing the Navy to be exempt from any environmental charges for pollution and other things for at least a year. So the Navy could go ahead and pollute, the Navy could go ahead and do whatever it wanted. And the Navy decided that they were going to engage in a series of warfare ranges, 5-year warfare testing ranges. The 5-year warfare testing ranges, and this on this sheet of paper, and you have those copies in the back, you can, and also there's a Navy warfare range that anyone can look at up there, but that's a Navy document. The Navy went forward, wrote environmental impact reports that they have their own private contractors write. They have a very poor public relations system and notification, and they decided that they were going to initiate 5-year warfare testing programs in the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Gulf of Mexico, the Marianas Islands, the Hawaiian Islands, every single island area near Panama, everywhere. And this is the Navy map of their 5-year warfare testing ranges, some still in proposed, and the rest of them, 12 of them, in complete operation. Now this is sonar usage, bomb blasts. This is above the sea testing, below the sea testing, laser testing, new weapons systems, thousands of Hellfire missiles, thousands of live bombs, ammunitions, 5,000-pound bombs, toxic chemicals, you name it. The Navy is duplicating in all 12 ranges and proposing to duplicate in all of these ranges the same type of warfare testing. They say they need to experiment, they need to test new weapon systems, and they want to conduct not only that, but they're hiring private contractors, and the Navy is doing aerial surveillance. They're going to be using drones. They're going to be using weapons testing, putting bombs on drones. They're even going to have drones which have no human thought except what is programmed into them to conduct training maneuvers over land and ocean areas. I began to find out about this in 2009, February 2009. The citizens of Northern California, where I live, Mendocino County, Humboldt County, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, fought a brilliant battle against the Navy for 5 years, delayed the program, we fought for 2 years, delayed the program for 2 years, until our Congressman Mike Thompson lost his battle, and the Navy went forward with the warfare testing off Northern California, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho, over land testing, including drone activity in Oregon. Hundreds of 1,000-pound bombs have gone off. Weapons testing has gone off, sonar use. And the one thing that the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, working in the conjunction with the Navy, they decided that the mitigation measures for fish and marine mammal would only be effective 5% of the time. In making them effective 5% of the time, what happened is that they wanted to, my dad, I'm going to say this first, my dad was a ship's captain, tugboat pilot, that's a tugboat captain, and he knows fully well that you can't stand on the top of the tallest vessel when there's waves, fog, rain, and all kinds of weather, and have somebody on the mast looking out with binoculars and see a sea turtle or any marine mammals in high waves and other conditions. This is the method that the Navy is using, this antiquated system of putting people with binoculars 24/7 in the hopes that they will stop multi-million-dollar weapons testing if they happen to see a marine mammal. I can tell you that fishing fleets have better technology than the Navy is using. My Congressman, Mike Thompson, also could not stop the Navy from protecting, or could not get the Navy to protect any national marine resources, marine reserves, national marine sanctuaries, couldn't stop any summer or any other type of testing during whale or salmon migrations or anything else, protected no marine biologically sensitive areas, nothing, all the way from Northern California all the way to Canada. We fought a valiant battle and we lost. Most of you don't know that there's a 5-year warfare testing program that was initiated in Southern California that's going to take millions of marine mammals and harm them. It is the most awful prognosis that I've ever seen, in that our Navy is not going to protect our natural resources and the most valuable heritage for all of us. Right now, they're in the process, the Navy is in the process of wanting to expand some of its testing ranges. And the one in Northern California, Oregon, and Washington, they want to expand it all the way to Alaska. They want to increase the type of weapons testing to lasers, more sonar, more bomb blasts, more sophisticated weapons, missile exercises, and everything else in between. We made this little flyer, which I'll hand around, Navy versus Nature. And I want to talk about what this means. Your Senator Dianne Feinstein, Senator Boxer, and 7 other senators, including Congressman Henry Waxman and my congressman, made the following quote in 2009. The Navy plans to increase the number of its exercises or expand the areas in which they may occur, and virtually every coastal state will be affected. Some exercises may occur in the nation's most biologically sensitive marine habitats, including national marine sanctuaries and breeding habitats. In all, the Navy anticipates more than 2.3 billion takes, significant disruptions in marine mammal breeding, foraging, and other essential behaviors per year, or 11.7 million takes over the course of a 5-year permit. It isn't that they don't know. And now they're asking, the Navy is asking to take, that means kill, harm, harass, anything and everything they can do, anything they want to marine mammals under this program. It is, in my words, obscene. We all have a voice in making a decision about what we want to do about preserving our marine mammals and our heritage. It is up to all of us to say to our elected officials, we want congressional hearings, we want to know why we can't preserve our national marine sanctuaries. There are treasures. Our marine mammals, the dolphins, the whales, the walruses, the salmon, who are not marine mammals, by the way, but vital to fishing and other industries as well.